Hello and welcome back to KC Reviews. Today we are looking at part 3 of our Kong Skull Island sets, which is the Creature Contact and the final Creature Contact, which is the Skull Crawler with Samuel L. Jackson. Now, this is what it looks like inside of the packaging. Once again, it is by Lanard Toys, exclusive to Walmart. Ages 3 and up. So we got that. Now let's look at the sides and top and bottom. So there's the top, Kong Skull Island. Sides are identical to the others. Bottom is just solid black. And right here it's just that same thing. And then the back, same thing, creature contact alert. You can read that. It talks about Monarch, Kong Skull Island, the scene with the giant skull crawler fighting Kong. And then the different sets you can get. The Pterodactylus, which we've done, the spider, skull crawler, and the helicopter and boat, which are both their respective sets. Now let's take a look on the inside. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you get it out of the box there. The skull crawler is zip tied in, so is Samuel L. Jackson. Well, the camo pieces are in like a plastic casing, as well as some of the accessories. And then this Monarch stand is actually has a screw in it, so we'll have to unscrew that, and then we will take a look at all these. Okay, so here we go with the accessories that come with the pack first. Up top to the left you see the body covering foliage camo, and then to the right you see the head camo, which is also made of foliage. You also got like this baton taser looking thing, and like a futuristic, almost, I don't know, Star Wars-esque gun, and then just a regular old pistol there. Next part you see is going to be the Monarch shed, which actually has quite a bit of detail, and I'm going to say this is one of the cooler features that come with the creatures, because if you look here, it says Top Secret, has a picture of the Kong handprint in a photo form. Different landing spots on the map of the island. You got some pictures of Kong going on in there, and a kind of like top secret memo from Monarch. You got a radio, a crate, some barrels, a Monarch Outpost number 3 sign. You can see it looks like just a worn kind of shed, and you see some dings up top. The back's just plastic, but that's okay. Right here, see the cables, and maybe like a blanket or towel or something like that. Now we come to the figure portion, which is the character everyone says is based off Samuel L. Jackson. You can see he does come with some like foliage to add to that camo on his arms. He's pretty well detailed. You can see here some packs. You see his belt is colored different, as well as the straps. To tie up the jacket's the same green. But even like the gun holder here with the actual gun in it is painted, which is nice. The boots are painted black. So overall the figure is painted very well. You see like a little hoodie on the inside. And, you know, the face sculpt isn't bad either. I think it's actually really well done, considering this was the second most expensive pack at $9.98. So, you know, double the price of the first 2 creature contacts, but, you know, I think it's good. There is the only complaint that the back of the figure does have this little screw hole in the back, so for collectors maybe not the best, but for kids I don't think they'll notice. Overall, I think the figure is pretty well sculpted. I think it's probably the second best, maybe a little bit better than the Hiddleston, but it's pretty good. Okay, so now we come to the skull crawler portion, which is your creature for this pack. Overall, it's not a bad looking sculpt. You can actually see the little eye down here. It's not up here in the little socket looking thing. It's actually right there. He also looks like an ear is sculpted. But then looks like the skull breaks through the flesh, and that's what the white part is. You can see all the teeth are actually painted white separately, and then you see the tongue, the sides of the mouth, and the top of the mouth are all painted pink, which is really nice. It also has really decent articulation. You can open and close it pretty easily. That's what it looks like closed. We'll just run down. See all the muscles come up to either... Now, in some of the movie spots, it definitely looks like the arms, but in the figure here, it looks maybe like the creature evolved to not have arms and have just legs. That's what this kind of looks like. See, its feet are dinosaur-like. It's maybe not quite as sculpted as the spider, which is probably the best creature outside of Kong, but it's definitely one of my favorites. You can see the tail actually gets quite a bit wider as it comes down to stabilize it. The underside is painted white right here. You can see all the way through the tail. Now we'll run up, we'll go look at the other side. Not a bad figure. It's not quite as posable as maybe you'd want it, but it stands well and it looks really pretty good, and you can have it open or close. It'll be interesting, at least from this figure's perspective, to see what they say the skull crawlers are. Like I said, from the trailers, it looks like maybe lizards that evolved no back legs, and maybe an homage to the original 1933 Kong. Or if you look at this figure, it looks very dinosaur-like, and maybe this is what some of the predatory dinosaurs evolved to in, the million years after their extinction. Tyrannosaurs were losing their arms, and maybe these theropods just completely lost their arms or whatever. But it's interesting, so let us know below, are the skull crawlers evolved dinosaurs or not? Overall, this set's good. Like I said, it was one of the more expensive sets. I don't know if that's just because it was the first one and the easiest one to find. The spider one was the hardest of the creature contacts. The vehicles are the easiest to find overall, but yeah, about $10. So yeah, I'd say it's worth a pickup. They're fairly cheap, so, and sculpted pretty well for the price.